Record-breaking Boxing Day sales. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here, stein of coffee in hand, and I thought we would have a look at this article about Boxing Day sales. But before we go through this, let's just jump to some footage that Rachel took from Harbour Town down on the northern end of the Gold Coast. Now, I successfully avoided our yearly ritual of shopping on Boxing Day by dropping her off and then going back to my mother's place with the kids. So let's have a look. She's showing in this footage, it's a line out the front of the Adidas outlet there. Just the queue of all the people waiting. Look at the queue going all the way back there. And that's, I can't even imagine why anyone would want to wait that long for clothing items. Perhaps I'm just not hip and young enough, people. That's what I'm saying. And here's the line. It keeps, I think this is another line as well. This is the line for Nike. Or Nike, as you should call it. Look at that. Look at that. All the way there. And you can see it was reasonably crowded. And this was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this was after people had already done their shopping. And she was arriving in the afternoon there. I think she was a bit afraid of filming people. This is probably why you need to get a GoPro. So you can see there, 30% off sports apparel. There you go, from the Nike factory. The factory store. And I don't know, I don't think Harbour Town is that much cheaper, but still, Rachel managed to find some bargains. So that aligns with what we're seeing here. And other people who are commenting, saying, oh, there's, hundreds of thousands of people, I couldn't get any parking spaces. So it looks like people were waiting for Boxing Day to do their spending, or were they just being smart with their money? Let's have a look. Boxing Day sales draw crowds of shoppers for a predicted day of record-breaking spending. Thousands of Boxing Day bargain hunters have rushed into stores across the country for what is likely to be a record-breaking day of spending, following what could be the worst Christmas shopping season in more than a decade. The Australian Retailers Association Executive Director, Russell Zimmerman, said after a slow start, Boxing Day sales were on track to hit a record of more than $2.6 billion across the country. The most eager shoppers arrived outside large department stores around the country on Christmas Day to beat the crowds instead of when doors open as early as 5 a.m. on Boxing Day. 5 a.m. on Boxing Day. I guess. I mean, it has to be a big saving. Melbourne resident Jenny Penev said she and her friend had arrived at the Bourke Street Mall about midnight to be among the first inside. Is that a bit worrying, guys, being that obsessed to buy things? I guess if it's a good saving. I mean, Rachel got 40% off some stuff she wanted to buy anyway, some special clothes that helps pregnant people. And that was quite a unique item. So I think it only was on sale because it was Boxing Day, so everything in the store was off. So she got a really good deal. Otherwise, that stuff never really goes on sale. We've been doing it for the past few years, so it's kind of a tradition for us now. Okay, so this is their Christmas tradition, just the consumerist Christmas. But she noted a difference to previous years. It's not as busy as before, I think, she said. Mr. Zimmerman said spending picked up later in the day, which showed Australians love a sale. Okay, so spending was down in the morning and it picked up. And it picked up, which is what we were seeing here with the crazy queues. Well, everyone does love a bargain, that's true. But he conceded drought and bushfire had most definitely made an impact on the bottom line for sales this season and encouraged the government to spend on infrastructure to renew confidence in consumers. Wow, even the retail guy is pushing for infrastructure spending. I mean, that just shows you how pervasive this assumption that government spending will fix all. Where do they think the government's going to get the money from? It's just going to be torn out of the tax revenue of consumers. So it's going to be a circle. Will it actually boost confidence? Government spending on well, what are they spending it on? Roads. Most of our infrastructure is on. We'll see. I mean, consumer confidence, guys, it's been trending down. And I think the big one here is wage growth. It's non-existent. I mean, okay, it exists, but it's pathetic. Unless you're in the Victorian public sector, in the health sector, then it was good. And it's good. But, I mean, if we jump here, guys, we can have a look at business conditions and confidence. They're both down. Even job ads are trending down as well. But here's the one that, well, really worries me the most. Really, I think is a sign of what's going on is arrears rates. Arrears rates are going up, so people are getting worried. People are saving. If you're spending, and there's stuff you have to get for Christmas, for family or friends, or there's a bargain you're going to get, well, you'll wait a few days, you'll go for the bargain, or you say, oh, how about we buy your gift card and you go spend it on Boxing Day? We'll see. What we really need is to see spending by the government to ensure we can keep the economy going, he said. How would he know? He's a retail guy. The growing popularity of Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales had also seen a change in consumer spending in the lead up to Christmas. I think as we move forward over the next few years, we'll see more and more of that. We would be expecting that online will move from around 7% to around 15% over the next few years, Mr. Zimmerman said. But the traditional post-Christmas spending frenzy could provide a boost. ARA-linked research predicted Australians are set to spend $18.72 billion across retail stores during the post-Christmas trading period from Boxing Day to January 15. I mean, here you go, look, people waiting out in the night to go shopping, guys. Let me know in the comments, did any of you wait to get into David Jones to buy something? Please, I promise you we won't all pick on you if you admit to it. Mr. Zimmerman also called on shoppers to treat retail staff with respect after he witnessed a young retail staff member crying after being verbally abused by a customer. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it is a terrible job and you cop a lot. I would implore people to remember that we're all human and being rude or being aggressive to retail staff is not what we want, he said. The consumer was annoyed because something wasn't in stock. You cannot hold a staff member responsible for that, and this young lady was in tears. Mr. Zimmerman said, the consumer, that's all people are, it's just consumers. Just consumers, good little consumers, good little economic units. Mr. Zimmerman said regional and suburban shops were increasingly likely to be open on the Boxing Day public holiday, which could see a shift in people moving their money from flagship city stores to a more local experience. If people don't spend their money in regional areas, that could be job losses in the industry. Well, yeah, there will be job losses in the industry. The allure of the blockbuster department store sale was enough for Geelong resident Wendy Norris, whose family woke up at 3 a.m. to drive into Melbourne CBD. Wow, I couldn't think of anything worse. I mean, it was a mission for me just to drive to Harbour Town from Coomera, and that was like 5 minutes. And that was because I knew I could get a 7-Eleven coffee on the way back. I guess I'm not the demo, guys. I'm not the demo. Bald men yelling at YouTube are not the demographic of this. Well, now look, there we go. Here's a bald man. He doesn't look too happy to be in the shopping, does he? Oh, what am I doing? He's thinking. We want to get all the sales and just experience it, Wendy Norris said. Mum doesn't like to lose. Her son, James Norris, jokes. Lose? How's it losing? I don't understand. I guess it's the game to see who can spend as much money. One Sydney shopper looked for an outfit for New Year's Eve, said a bricks and mortar store provided more certainty than shopping online. Shopping online takes shipping, so I can get it now, and if you come in early, there's hardly any crowds, she said. Well, yes, that's the big difference, is you can test your clothes and put them on. In the week before Christmas, the Commonwealth Bank's Household Spending Intention Survey found that spending on experiences had trended higher, but spending on goods tracked sideways. Mr. Zimmerman said that trend was absolutely having an impact on sales, but it was just a natural part of retailing. It's also part of what we're expecting, and that's why shopping centres are changing and making an experience out of shopping to try and entice people back into shopping centres, he said. Yes, I've seen this. You can see there's a lot of shopping centres, Pacific Fair and Robina down the Gold Coast, are prime examples of this, where they try and create more of an experience. Robina has the kitchen, where they have all this fluffy BS about eating experience, so you pay an exceptional premium for mediocre food, and organic vegetables that cost 3 times as much as what I can get up the road. Can you tell I'm a little cynical of it? Maybe it's because one of the restaurateurs owes me a lot of money. So retail stalwarts David Jones and Maya offered prizes to shoppers who had lined up during early hours, while some of their stores offered entertainment, including acrobats, jugglers, and stilt walkers for the blurry-eyed shoppers. So there you go. And I think there was also a Westfield that had a balloon issue where a whole lot of people got injured. So guys, it looks like Australians were waiting for Boxing Day to make their spending. So sales up to Christmas were down, the weakest since the GFC. Boxing Day has smashed records, so shoppers are hunting for bargains. So what does that tell you guys? Does that tell you that, oh, everything's back, it's all going to be good, property will be shooting up, the economy's fantastic? Or does it just reiterate our concerns? Consumer confidence is so low, people are playing it safe and looking for bargains. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share and subscribe to videos. If you're a fan of the channel and want to help us produce more, we have a Patreon where you can make a small monthly donation. We also have Amazon, eBay and Independent Reserve affiliate links where we receive a commission whenever you make a transaction. And finally, we have our very own Heise Says Pocket Squares that we sell from our website. Check it out. Perfect for any New Year's Eve party or return to work office function. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye for now.